Okay, the first exercise you're going to do is one of the most important exercises to overall body alignment, and that's the deep squat. The human body is supposed to squat like that, but over years and evolution we just don't do it anymore. But what it does is it not only strengthens all your lower extremities, your core, it aligns your ankles, knees, hips, lower back, thoracic spine, everything, puts it in and helps it work the way it's supposed to work. So because of winging is so dynamic as far as squatting and standing up and bending, a deep squat is an important exercise to master. If you can't do a deep squat, and by a deep squat I mean squatting on your heels with your back straight. So it's not a squat like this. You don't want to do that. That's how you're going to hurt your back. You have to keep your back straight and you go down on your heels all the way down. Back nice and straight, and when you come up, it's on the heels all the way up. Now, if you don't have the torso strength, but you can get down, you just can't keep your back up, grab a weight. The lightweight is even better. You just enough to compensate for your balance, and you hold it out in front. That way you can keep your back straight, because it's just levering you the other direction. And back up. Now, if you can't do a deep squat, start by doing them in a doorway. So you get in the door frame and you hold on the sides of the door frame like this, so you can lean backwards and keep your back straight. And you go down as far as you can till it gets hard, and then just do 10 pulses right there. If that's as far as you can go, that's fine. And then over the next few weeks, you just get lower and lower and lower and lower until you can get down. So you just need to build the strength without hurting yourself. Once you can do that, that's when you get on the balance ball. When you first get on the balance ball, just spend a lot of time on one leg. Just figuring it out, get your balance, get used to walking around on the ball. And once you got your balance, we're going to do the same thing with a deep squat, but what we have to do is try and keep our heels back, because your toes will tend to dip down, which is fine, but you want to try and keep your heels back and toes up as best as possible. So the main exercise you're going for is a deep squat on the balance ball, and you want to start off with just a set of 10. Ultimately you want to build to 3 sets of 10, then up to 3 sets of 20 eventually. So it's also just the same movement. You're just going to go down, keep your balance. You see your toes will dip forward, but you keep on all the weight on your heels. And then we're just going to come back up. And we're going to do 10 of those. The next exercise we're going to do is a lunge. So basically we're going to start on the ball with one foot. And from here we're just going to go lunge backwards. So we're just going down, put your knee on the ground, and then we're going to stand up again. Down, knee on the ground, stand up again. And we do 10 of those, and then of course we're going to switch legs and we're going to do it on the other side. We're going to put down, leg straight, knee on the ground, and stand up. And you do 10 of those. And this next move is a little more advanced, but this is incredible for building core strength, pelvic strength, glute strength, and leg strength, as well as all the small tissue muscles for balance. So this one starts off a similar way to the lunge. Start off on one leg, and you can do whatever you want with the arms to keep your balance. And you're going to lift this leg up, tighten that core, put the leg out in front of you, bring it back, and then we're going to go into a forward lunge. Nice and low, come back up, out in front, that's 1. Up, that's 2. And of course you're going to alternate legs. Now if you can't do that on the ball, you just do it on the ground until you can master it, so you build the strength. You can also do smaller versions in the beginning. So just start from here, lift your leg up, and then just bring it behind you. Bring your leg up, and bring it behind you, and then work your way up to the full exercise. So those are the basic two for the core and the legs. There are a lot of others, but in the beginning, just stay with these two. Now, the other issue with winging we have a lot of is shoulder problems. One of the main reasons that causes the shoulder problems is when we're holding onto the wing, it's pulling our shoulders forward like this. So we have to build the strength to be able to keep our shoulders back. Pulling the shoulders forward puts the ball joint of the shoulder really tight up in the front of the capsule and puts tremendous strain on those tendons, and you get all kinds of shoulder impingements, imbalances, all that sort of thing. So we've got to try and build the lats so we can keep these shoulders back. A good exercise for this. And now you want the bands to be easy, especially in the beginning, because you're more concerned about form than actually strength. So you're going to get on your ball so that there's just tension when your arms are out front here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the shoulders back. So you want your butt in, just like we're winging, butt in, shoulders back, and you're going to keep the elbows close to the sides, and we're just going to pull back and squeeze your shoulders together at the back here. Then you're going to come forward without letting the shoulders come forward. Make sure your shoulders are back and down, and repeat. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to lean back like this. So you want to feel the pressure in your feet so that your core is nice and tight. That way it's like transferring the power from the wing into the board. And just concentrate on form. And just do 10 of those and build up to 3 sets of 10. Always keeping that shoulders back and using the core, not leaning back. Elbows close. Okay, this other one will really help you, especially when you start sailing switchfoot. First start off by doing this on the ground without getting on the ball, because it's kind of difficult on the ball in the beginning. What you want to do is you're going to have your legs your feet at a 45-degree angle to where you're pulling, just like you're going to be sailing switch. Okay, we're going to get our hands into position the same way we're sailing switchfoot. So this would be as if the wing's on this side. Then we're going to keep this elbow fairly high, and then from here we're just going to use that lat, engage this lat to pull the shoulder down and back. And engage the core. So we just like we're sailing switchfoot. And just make sure you're pulling down and back with this part of your muscle that engage the lats. There you go. Down and back. And you repeat that on the other side. All right, now the last one we're going to do is basically an opposing force. If we build one side, we've got to build the opposite side. So again, we're going to use everything we can to engage the balance muscles. So we're going to get back on the ball. We're going to get an easier band than we were using, because you want a fairly light resistance for this. And you'll put it up high, so on top of the door if you're using a door. And then you're going to get on the ball. And basically we're just going to do push-ups but standing up. So it's basically just a push-up. Engaging your core, keeping your balance. And that's the basic ones to get started with. That'll build strength, especially in the balance tissues that you need for winging.